We believe that Iran is responsible for the attack because the equipment is Iranian equipment. We know that it didn't come from the south. We know it because of the range of the equipment. We believe it came from the north. We're certain it came from the north. And what we're doing now is investigating to locate the actual launch site. And we have asked the United Nations to send experts to Saudi Arabia. They're in the kingdom now. Other countries have sent experts to Saudi Arabia. They're in the kingdom now. And once the conclusions once the investigation is complete, we will make the announcements and we will pin the blame. But we believe that Iran is responsible because these were Iranian weapons. We want to make sure that we avoid war at all costs, but we're not going to sit there and with our hands tied while the Iranians continue to attack us. We want to make sure that we know exactly what happened, exactly where it came from. We want to mobilize international support, and we want to look at all of our options, diplomatic options, economic options, and military options, and then make a decision and move in a very deliberate and a very effective manner. We're talking to our allies in the US and in Europe. We're looking at various options, but ultimately our objective is to come to the conclusion of the investigation, make it crystal clear to the world that this is what happened and this is where it emanated from, and then build the case for whatever actions we decide to take. I believe the administration has been very clear about this will not stand, that this is an act of war. This is how they described it. The US is sending forces to Saudi Arabia and equipment to reinforce our defenses in the eastern province. The US is consulting with its allies in Europe in order to build a case for this. We saw the statements by the E3 countries yesterday, France, Germany, and the UK, which pinned the blame on Iran and called for steps to be taken against Iran. This is a very significant step forward in terms of the European position, and we continue to work with our allies and consult with them in order to have options available when the time comes to make decisions. I wouldn't say that our interests are not aligned because it implies that we killed him. We didn't kill him. He was murdered by agents of the Saudi government without authorization, without permission. We lost an investigation. We have charges were filed against 11 individuals. 5 of them are facing the death penalty. The trials began in January. They're ongoing. We have observers from the P5 countries, plus Turkey, plus Saudi NGOs witnessing the trials. The investigation is still ongoing. What will happen is and we have put in place, reviewed our procedures for our security services to put in place mechanisms and procedures to prevent this from happening again. This is what countries do. The problem with the Iranian system is you have 2 sides of it. You've got the regular system, Rouhani and the foreign ministries and so forth, that talk, but don't seem to deliver. And then you've got the Revolutionary Guards and the Quds forces, who control a big chunk of the Iranian economy, and they're the ones who are on a rampage. So if those who want to talk to you can't deliver, and those who can deliver want to kill you, well, it's like we're in a dilemma here. They need to make up their mind. Are you a revolution or a nation state? Nobody's in a rush to war. We're trying to avoid war. But at the same time, we have to signal to the Iranians that your behavior cannot continue.